see Urshifu and Mew banned out in this first pick and ban between Exodia and GT. These are two of the top Pokemon here. And now we see that preference,
It's
heavy
again.
preference on the side of Exodia for they love this Eldegoss. It's like a huge part of their strategy. If they don't get it, nobody can get it. As we see Glaceon and T-Tar go early for GT.
That's also quite surprising. I mean, I think they know that Exodia likes the Tyranitar. I think that's kind of like a takeaway pick, I would assume. Because
Yeah,
last time they really had pressured or prioritized the Tyranitar. But that Eldegoss, yeah, they just love Eldegoss so much. Again, either first pick or ban. We have a Pikachu! We have a Pikachu!
Huh.
What do you think?
Pikachu,
I mean, I like it. I do like it, but Blissey's there.
It's an incredible support attacker, right? So you have insane amounts of stun with it. You actually put out a lot of damage, and you can pick up some KOs with it. We'll have to see what they end up doing with it. But I mean, if I am looking at one side that has a Pikachu and Wiggly, and the other side has Blissey and Mime, I'm going with Blissey and Mime for sure.
Oh yeah, and a Tyranitar on top of it. So I mean, I do think Pikachu's actually not too bad sometimes, but it doesn't work into Blissey. At least what I think. It doesn't work into Blissey. Safeguard
It's
is
not
just
great.
It's not great, no.
And, well, they did get the Scyther, so that's actually pretty big for them. And we have a Blastoise, which I feel like Blastoise is that weird Pokemon that every once in a while creeps into some of these matches, but has been decently impressive. I mean, its Unite move is still amazing. It still outputs big damage, and depending on which build it goes, it has a lot of control over the battlefield. So this is, I mean, Exodia is the underdog team, and I feel like they're also bringing in some pretty exciting picks that you wouldn't expect.
He also has Rapid Fire Scarf on the Blastoise, so probably going to be a Rapid Spin, Hydro Pump it. Quite weird that they have this Muscle Band, though. Like, having the special specs for Muscle Band, I can't really... not a big fan of it. If you go for this kind of bit, I think you will also want a Muscle Band. So you can auto-tech a lot and do a lot more auto-tech damage.
I've also seen some people just use this scarf for early farm, and they still have the spin spout build. So I'm not
okay,
sure
maybe.
what exactly we're gonna see here. It could be, but of course, yeah. When you look at a setup like that, you think it's probably going to be spin pump for that extra control early and a little bit of burst damage in your spin.
Yeah, and we also have a Wigglytuff. Haven't seen Wigglytuff in a good amount? So it's going to be interesting. I really like what Exodia, they're trying something different. And I think that's always a bit healthy, especially as the underdog. No one really expect them to be here in the first place. And they're already bringing out some interesting things in the first match.
Absolutely. Game one of our North America Champions Day here on Unite Rivals. Exodia, your purple team, the underdog, I would say, of the NA bracket, coming in here to the top four. And GT, just such a solid team here. Your orange team right now. They're doing a little bit of a split jungle as they're both heading to path, clearing it out, and then making their way in and actually leaving their back ball toys.
Yeah, they don't have a dedicated jungler, they just want to get all their power spikes very fast. You know, get Larvitar some experience for early game, get that Glaceon to level 4 as fast as possible, and just pressure lanes. He's currently alone top lane. They have 3 bot lane for Exodia. They're kind of going back old school. We used to see the triple bot lane meta, and they're leaving this poor Squirtle all alone on top.
This is going to be really hard. I mean, this is going to be really hard for this little Squirtle. It's obviously getting dunked on pretty intensely here. We have all 4 members of Exodia in the bottom path right now, and I wonder if they're going to be able to get something out of this. Mime is a tough customer, although, Tyranitar early isn't that great. We're going to see if they can make something happen here with this pressure that they're putting on the bottom path. It's overwhelming amount of players here for Exodia as they actually push onto goal. The dual wing beat, it looks like they back off, though, end up clearing some of the farm. I don't know if they're going to get a lot for this play, Chris.
Yeah, for sure not. But it's so funny seeing this triple bot lane. This is something we used to play on remote stadium back in the day. And now Electroball's gonna enter. Mr. Mime, is he gonna get maybe taken down? No. Lucario is here with the extreme speed as well, so no power punch this time for the Lucario. And extreme speed into Voltec and maybe Pikachu could be quite difficult. I didn't see what he quite had. He did have Electro Ball, right? So high chance it's gonna also be Voltec. Again, he does have a Safeguard Blissey, which can save him quite well. And top lane, can we find the Squirt on level 5? No, not yet. He's just gonna struggle in this lane. Way too hard.
Yeah, he's struggling intensely, but I mean, they are kind of dishing some experience out across the board right now, and the top path is not as important as bottom. Oh, actually, Scyther coming in here trying to pick up this on Lucario. Lucario, wow, huge icy wind there from Regrets, gonna take down that Scyther in this fight. And it looks like actually everyone is here except for Tyranitar right now, as Wartortle is gonna have to push back. Mime looking to grab a KO right here. They do catch Wartortle, and they're trying to continue this push, but no, they don't want to head into the enemy central area because they know that Scyther is probably back farming there.
I feel like this can be one of those games where you look at it's like 4 minutes and you see a Warthog is still there while everyone hears the Unite moves up. I feel it's gonna be one of those games. It happens quite often. Warthog, I feel like, is one of the mid-evolutions we see the most in Unite. Let's put it that way.
I've been told to not say that anymore, Chris, to stop saying that. I'm spreading a negative stereotype about Wartor's right here as this Lucario's already level 8, coming in here trying to rip them apart. Huge Volt Tackle, though, stops that Lucario. And, you know, Volt Tackle, if that safeguard is not on Lucario, I feel like Volt Tackle is the hardest counter to that build almost ever. It's going to be really tough for them to deal with as we see the Unite move here from Glaceon. And they're actually just kind of pushing everyone back right here. No one is attacking Regirock super hard. GT with 3 members down right here trying to push towards this here. We've got the huge Unite move, and they're just focusing on that Glaceon. Coming on in here, another big Volt Tackle, picks up another KO. This Scyther's really letting him have it, and that Pikachu's looking freaking great at
when
the
he's
start
level
of this
9, he
match.
is just, Scyther just takes over the game, and Elgo's gonna secure this Regirock for Exodia, and they win this bot fight. Yeah, I mean, I think Volt Tackle is insane. So for sure underrated. It doesn't always work, but when it works, it does a lot. So if the safeguard is not there on point, Lucario is going to get Volt Tackle and taken down. The late game teamfights might be more difficult if you also have a Tyranitar jumping into its face, right? Pikachu might struggle, but we don't have the Tyranitar yet. Still needs one entire level to go. He's going to just head back to the jungle. Pretty good pick up level 9 here. They're preparing even the Rapper for him, just to make sure that they get this Pokemon playing, because it has been 4 minutes. Really haven't had any impact yet, and of course it can't have any impact yet.
Yeah, and look at this here. Wartortle's still level 8, but actually on par with their Tyranitar from the other side. They left it top. It's able to farm a ton. It's going to get its Blastoise right now as we have a Tyranitar from the side of GT. And we could have a bit of a fight here at the top path. I can't wait to see if that Volt Tackle Pikachu really is the difference maker, because it's been playing great so far. And we do see the Hydro Pump here. I don't know if I've seen the spin yet or if it is Surf, Chris.
I mean, yeah, it could be Surf as well. It's just for more Surfs and Hydro Pumps for the Rapid Fire Scarf. I don't think it's too bad either. But the Scyther's gonna be there. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a Surf actually. So you just want more Cooler Reduction with that Rapid Fire Scarf to even have more stuns. Lucario's diving in, but a really tough Unite to counter it. Can you find Scyther? Scyther's level 11.5, and here's Unite move up. You might just look for Lucario right here. Number who's being charged, but he jumps away from it, not to get hit by it. Gonna keep diving. The goal is gonna be activated. Unite move, and he's gonna finish off Lucario. Gets the reset. Also gets Blissey, and the Scyther is just having a great time right now.
Yeah, spinning here, saying pick up a few more points, guys, and then come back here. No, they don't decide to. That's interesting. We actually had some points on the Wiggly right there. I feel like the easy move is turn right back around, score 11 points, and then let Scyther dunk it. But maybe they just said, look, math doesn't matter. We're winning every fight here, and we're going to keep doing that. Exodia looking freaking great. And yeah, as you were mentioning before, for people who are unsure of why that Rapid Fire Scarf is good on Surf, Hydro Pump, Blastoise, whenever Blastoise hits one of its boosted basic attacks, it takes a second off of its move cooldowns. So having that item up could just have your cooldowns go crazy here as we get ready for this next fight, Chris.
Yeah, next strategy fight is about to start. We have 3 Unites on the right side. We don't actually have Blissey Unite up for this fight. It could be quite difficult, but now Tyranitar's level 11. He's going to run in, he's going to stomp. Mr. just following up, and there we go. Pikachu has no chance when Tyranitar is just up of Pikachu's face. Really can't do anything about it. Now Extreme Speed Lucario is maybe trying to pump out some damage. We have the Blastoise dropping super low. He's just running to the right side to maybe save his team, knowing he's going to go down to split their focus a bit. But now Scyther, he's going to find one reset again. Can he find the second reset onto the Tyranitar? Yes, he plays it so well. This Scyther just is so on top with his abilities. Gets 3. Can he get 4? Can he maybe get 5? There's the Quadra KO. No, Wigglytuff's going to take it away. But it's only going to Quadra. Wigglytuff ruins the Penta. But it doesn't matter. I don't think they care. It's an ace. Thanks to the Scyther just having an incredible team fight.
Incredible. This is why it's one of the most picked out and banned out Pokemon in the game right now. I count that as a Penta. That's a Scyther Penta. Wiggly might have tapped it at the end there, but we all know what happened, okay? We all saw the footage, Chris.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, it was a Scyther Penta. I agree. I agree. He's level 40 now. He's gonna hit 50 in this match easily. And yeah, it all comes down to him. So we saw the Pikachu not really gained off value, right? If Tyranitar with Safeguard runs into the team, Ancient Power charged up, Pikachu doesn't really do anything. Gets locked up here again. Dark Pulse, but there's actually the Volt Tackle into his Surf, so maybe I just spoke too soon. Pikachu Unites also doing off damage. And Lucario just gets exploded. Really can't do anything this game so far.
Yeah, Lucario has been having a lot of trouble here, and they actually did zone out that Tyranitar very well. They had a sleep to stun it for a second there. They had Pikachu take it up into the air, and Pikachu is playing, doing an incredible job as sort of the support attacker, stunning the enemies, providing buddy barriers when its Unite move is up. It's just doing some amazing work here for Exodia as they're actually getting pushed back right now. Scyther is now level 15 here coming into this fight. Wiggly pushing forward with the Sing. They're ripping down this Regieleki. Oh, huge secure there from the Glaceon as they continue to push forward. Scyther is still alive, but they have to back off of this goal right now, or they're just going to get eaten up. This Regieleki might even walk towards this top goal. There's 25 seconds left. I think they're just going to be able to rip this before this final fight. But every member of GT is ready for this fight in the pit, Chris.
Yeah, Predator's about to level 14, so he's gonna take these Atarias, maybe one more camp somewhere and get 14. And with a Blissey helping hand and a Mime Power Shop on him, it's just gonna be so difficult. Yeah, there we go, level 14 Tyranitar. Scyther is amazing, but I don't know if he can win this last team fight on its own. It could be very, very difficult. We need a very good Blastoise Unite to maybe set up a reset for the Scyther. And Wigglytuff just running in, kind of wasting the Sing a bit. This could be a gauge opportunity for GT. And yeah, this Tyranitar is gonna be their tank now. He's just on the leash with his Power Shop, but they actually kind of break it. Has to make its way back now. And the Ice Even Glaceon also shouldn't be underestimated. There's so much damage right now. They're slowly taking Rayquaza. Looking for the Wigglytuff, doing some damage right there. Another Ice Even comes through. And yeah, GT in control.
Yeah, they're in complete control of this pit right now. We're just waiting for the moment they go. And Scyther actually getting caught here in the top path. This is so bad for Exodia. They're in so much trouble. It's their level 15 carry completely pushed out of this fight right now as GT is still chipping away at that Rayquaza. We've got Unite moves coming in. Blastoise trying to answer back as the Tyranitar gets a Bliss Assistance Unite move. Lucario moving in here. And it looks like members of Exodia are going to be going down here. But so far, no one has gone down. Tyranitar looking for something with this Unite as we see Scyther flying in from the side. Blastoise, however, is down from Exodia. Scyther is looking to try to pick up a KO right here as Lucario is pushing back, picking up a nice big double KO. That's a triple KO for Lucario, getting caught here by the Electro Ball. And we do have Scyther go down. Pikachu's the only one left, Chris.
Lucario now with a nice team fight, picking up a 3 KOs for himself, and you can see Tyranitar's just unkillable. Nothing we can do. There's the Ice Event, taking Pikachu completely apart. They're going to take this Rayquaza off the Tyranitar was just unkillable. He was permanent full HP in this entire team fight, doing damage over and over again. And this also just allows so much, open space for the Ice Event Glaceon, for Lucario to actually do damage. Scyther, it is very OP, but late game it can still struggle, right? If we don't find the perfect opening against these double support teams, he's still not gonna just wipe the enemy team, right?
And it looks like they're trying to stop something here, but it is 216 to 476. If they get a couple KOs here, they can try to push, but there's just no time left, Chris. Only 15 seconds left in this match. It really felt like, Scyther, it's one of these Pokemon where you have to set up a good opening for it, and if you do, it's able to wipe the entire enemy team. There just really wasn't much they could do in that final fight, getting zoned out right there, and after that, Exodia was in a lot of trouble.
Oh yeah, so JT is going to take the opening match of our NA playoffs. And again, it's the best of 3, so starting with the winner bracket semifinal. They had it, but they were struggling. This was I'm not sure about the Lucario. Like, he was not something that really had a lot of impact. He had a good last team fight, I would say, but he did struggle for most of the game.
Perfect. GT Exodia right here. Heading into game number 2. I do wonder what they're going to pick, if they feel like that Eldegoss is so important they have to first pick it, or if they want to try to grab that Tyranitar.
I mean, I feel like the Eldegoss is just... I really don't see it. I know Eldegoss is a good Pokemon, but I feel like it's going a bit too far at this point. I don't know what else to say. They might have some obsession with it. Maybe they just lost a lot of games against it at some point, but I really, really can't tell. And there's the Tyranitar being banned by GT. They don't want to first pick it. They're like, fine, maybe we pick it in our second rotation with another Pokemon, but they don't want to first pick it, so they get a free Mew. I mean, who doesn't like a free Mew? If they go for it. They're still considering probably a Blissey right now, Scyther, Urshifu. You have so many Pokemon open. So many Pokemon open.
Urshifu being open is kind of crazy to me. I don't know if anyone on Exodia wants to hop into that Dark Bear spot, but it's kind of the most crazy thing in the game right now. It's secure as insane. They grab it as their first pick. They're kind of deciding what their next is going to be. I mean, I'm not shocked to see that as their next pick at all. Come on. Of course it is.
Pick Blissey. I don't know why they don't pick Blissey. At this point, I want to interview them and ask them why the Eldegoss priority is this high. I'm kind of curious now. Maybe they're going to pick another Blissey as well still. Maybe like a Velos or Blissey Eldegoss team comp could be interesting. But we have Slowbro who can kind of counter, the Protect the President team comps. And a Glaceon again, which I think Glaceon, every time it's played, it does low damage. That's straight up, it just does low damage.
You saw it in that final fight last match, and it was just poking the enemy team the entire time, making sure that when they came into that fight, they were not at full health and chunks off, I mean, half health on some of the squishier Pokemon in just one burst attack. Picking up the Dodrio right here. We're gonna see if they're gonna have fun playing into the composition from GT. I
Oh
feel like
man.
Dodrio's super hit or miss, and we have a Zarina, which we
Hmm.
haven't seen really much at all in this tournament.
You can tell that Bora is not a tank player because he has Muscle Band, Scope Lens, Razor Claw, Tech Weight, X Attack selected on Snorlax. It's gonna get traded away, but it's always funny to see, you know, when they have to pre-pick like a defender and then see the head items, you're like, yeah, every DPS player plays also defenders like a DPS. So it's funny to see. You're not gonna see a Flay, it's gonna get probably switched to the tank, and we have Zoroark returning. Was it also, I don't remember, were they the team with that insane Zoroark or was it a different team?
I don't
Don't.
remember if it was them. It could have been them. There were two teams that were playing Zoroark and NA. It's weird
Yeah.
because NA has Zoroark and EU has Garchomp. And I don't see them played anywhere else except those
True.
two regions. It's very odd.
That is, yeah, Europe really likes that.
I think it was Exodia, actually. I think so because I just saw that build again on Zoroark, which is that double
Yeah.
stacking build. And I think that this was the player who kind of made everyone go, whoa, Zoroark is actually something to watch here. They were really dominant, and it felt like a great counter to Mew, strangely enough.
Right, he was keeping that Mew in check. So let's see if he can do it again. I mean, I want to. It's going to be a feint attack, Zoroark. He had double stacking and weakness policy. So interesting, had items there as well. A lot of damage coming out of the feint attack. It's something that is quite strong. It's kind of weird getting used to. And now we're heading into our second match.
Yeah, here we go. Game number 2. GT, your purple team. Exodia, your orange team. They're down one game right now. They might head into our losers bracket. They've got to pick it up right here. Exodia actually coming in here as the number 2 seed, and GT wants to knock them out early, send them down to the losers bracket. As we see, yeah, there is that Zoroark stacking up right at the start of the match, Chris.
Yeah, quite interesting everything. Double stacking the cookie as well. Just, I think the cookie is just to make sure that he gets this entire combo out in one team fight without just, you know, getting taken down. And besides that cookie on this Pokemon is always quite weird because they have very low defense and special defense stats, which means the HP is just not as effective, right, as another Pokemon, because they're just squishy anyways, they take so much damage. But yeah, he just wants to get this entire combo out, and the cookie might be enough to actually for that to happen. GT already pushing topside. They're getting the first KO on Dudo. They're scoring the points, and regrets again with this early gank. Just taking red buff, going top lane, a level 4 Glaceon just needs to be level 4, doesn't need level 5, and just starts just, you know, annoying the top lane of Exodia.
Yeah, we've got the Urshifu up in this top path right here, looking to secure something. They know it's right there, but here comes that massive Wicked Blow, getting the secure. Regrets pushing towards them right here. That's that Glaceon that we just see outputting so much damage on the side of GT. Ooh, actually looks like a big Electro Ball, almost taking down the Snorlax here in the bottom path.
Yeah, it's nice to see everyone play this Electro Ball light screen now. I mean, it wasn't on my radar either until I saw, I think it was Otter playing it. I was like, I just started realizing how good the light screen Electro Ball is. I never really chased it. And Urshifu was getting a nice KO right here onto the Steenie. I wonder how Serena's going to even do this match. Big Blow is going to destroy Blissey. Blissey not retaining his back to this Big Blow, staying right in front of it, taking all of it, and now Urshifu's going to stack this attack weight up. He's going to deal a lot of damage. He's almost fully stacked, probably now got like 4 or 5 attack weight stacks there easily. And Blissey is not respecting it a single bit.
Yeah, I mean, I think you kind of forget. You're like, well, I've got like 3/4 of my health bar, right? There's no way. Here comes Relentless on that Zoroark. Big feint attack, actually onto a Pokemon that was already KO'd there by Hash, the Dodrio. Pushing in, looking for this Mew right here. Hard to take down Mew, but they're coming back in. Big feint once again takes down Mew. And this is what we talked about earlier, Chris. A little bit of a counter to Mew, I guess, is a feint attack Zoroark. It's so weird.
Yeah, maybe. I guess he just can actually reach Mew quite easily, right? He can Shadow Claw in, then feint attack, and then he's right on Mew. He has a lot of range, a lot of just distance he can close very fast. Knocks up Mew with one Shadow Ball, and if Mew has the wrong abilities, it's very squishy, right? It's not a tanky Pokemon at all. It just has a lot of range, it's very safe when it comes to moves, but if you can get to that Mew, it still dies very, very fast. Now we have the Ataria spawn right here. Let's see what Relentless can do. And yeah, he was that crazy Zoroark that we saw last weekend, and he's already starting again, picking up double KO for himself. And Heavy Slam is going on to Mew, no one's really there. Sonic's just going to fall to the ground, heal up a bit, taking the Decker Burst to the face, and now we have Reggie spawning.
It looks like GT allowing their Zarina to stay top right here. They know it needs a ton of experience and some stacks. It wasn't able to get it. Snorlax in a lot of trouble right here. They're throwing a Unite move on it. They're doing everything they can to sort of chunk it away. And here comes the members of Exodia. They're ready for this fight right here. Just wearing out this Glaceon Unite move a little bit as Snorlax does go down. Maybe they're waiting a little too long. Dodrio coming in, picking up Glaceon. Nope, there goes Mew. Big double KO for the Dodrio as this Registeel is easily secured by Exodia here. Wicked blow taking it down. And again, I think GT kind of expected the fight could go this way because they've got their Zarina just staying up in the top path, getting strong, getting ready for the next fights coming, breaking this bottom goal, continuing to push. The Feint attacks the Dodrios, and they're still pushing, Chris.
They're still pushing. It's again Hash on this jungle Pokemon just coming. They were just waiting for level 9, right? They're waiting for the Dodrio to arrive. That's why they were so patient. So like steadily went down, but they bought enough time for Dodrio to just be there, clean up the fight, and secure them the Reggie. They have 197 points already now. And again, just like our last game, he was the Scyther. He's having an excellent early game for a second game in a row.
Here we go. We have this Serena's just hanging out top right now, continuing to put points on the board. It's level 9 right here, possibly looking to take someone up in the air. Nope, not able to do it as they get a big KO right there. I don't know if a Unite move was canceled or they just didn't even try to throw it. Yeah,
I think it was cancelled by agility or full heal of the Dodrio.
I think he tried. I thought it might have been agility too.
Yeah,
I
that was very
close. We've got Dodrio on this agility, which is I guess not as common anymore now that Jump Kick has gotten a bunch of buffs, but it's still a great moveset. I mean, it gives you almost immediate sprint gauge and essentially a low cooldown full heal.
It's kind of the problem of Serena right now. It's a very squishy Pokemon. If you don't get the Unite move out, you actually just die. And it's still easily cancelable. It's kind of similar to Charizard. If the enemies have, unstoppable effects, it can get cancelled. If you get cancelled in one team fight, it's difficult. So Serena, there's a reason it's not played too often anymore right now. It received a lot of nerfs. I mean, it was one of the most dominant Pokemon for like 4, 5, 6 months when it comes to all-rounders. And yeah, it's kind of weird to see it sometimes still being played. I think there's some better all-rounders there, but doesn't matter what. Grassy Glide is there. Storm is going to go on to Snorlax. Not good all too much. I feel like this Pokemon is just great. Whenever I play Serena right now, I feel like I just die so fast.
Yeah, it's really squishy. It's so funny how just a little tweak here or there can take a Pokemon out of viability. Something that was dominant at the World Championships being played by all these top players. Actually moving in right here. Serena wants to prove us wrong. He's trying to pick up a KO. Mew takes that on Eldegoss right here. GT set up for this fight. We've got Dodrio and Snorlax coming down, but they might be a little too late. Yes, nice big Unite move on the Urshifu, making sure that they can't secure it right there. Zoroark not able to take it either. A little too early, sending it up into the sky. Huge fight here for GT, still cleaning it up. Dodrio might, yeah, he's gonna get away. No, wait, Dodrio, you're in trouble, buddy. No, he did not run far enough. Getting taken down by the Zarina. I'm not sure what the plan was there. It needed to run.
I think he wanted to go for the Atarias, but that was quite weird. He was safe, right? He was out and just turned around and then just died. So giving over Serena a lot of experience, and that was a wonderful team fight. There's the lockdown as well. They had Slowbro Unite locked on one target, then Serena Unite to lock on the other target. And yes, it was a very wonderful team fight. Of course, they have very strong Unite moves, just point and click, and it's difficult to maybe sometimes play around it. Especially Slowbro, again, you can't do anything about it. If it just clicks on you, it's going to do something. There's Serena getting knocked out by Urshifu as well. The same happening to Serena now. And now Zoroark is very deep on the spec line. Can he find the last reset? It doesn't do enough damage to KO this Blissey. Paint Attack Zoroark does a lot against squishies, but not against any defenders or supports with a good amount of HP. And Blissey is one of the... probably, I think Blissey actually has the highest HP of all Pokemon. They're going to start scoring now, and they actually finish off this goal before the Regieleki walks in. Can they push towards the second base? Are they going to risk it? It doesn't look like it.
No, looks like they're not. Well, Dodrio might continue to harass them a little bit right here. Just be kind of annoying using that agility to hopefully get away, but it could be getting caught again. And man, if it's caught by the Serena, that's very unfortunate. They're actually going to have to run this time. Serena's popping the X speed, trying to take this down. Now we're turning back around on it. We talked about this, Chris. Serena, a lot squishier than it used to be, going 2-on-1, actually having to use a Unite to survive here, but it doesn't even survive, and it gets nothing for it. That's really unfortunate for Serena.
Yeah, and now he uses Unite at 250. Not getting a KO, getting taken down as well. So I think he just really wanted this Desperation KO. But honestly, I don't think it would have done too much anyways. So he loses its Unite. And might even not be in position for this Reggie. Because now Exodia is in control of this thing. Because Serena has to respawn. He's going to... and he has to farm right now. He can't even be in this fight. He has to farm experience. So GT is going to start hovering in mid. Maybe set up a Slowbro engage. You can see Slowbro on the right side in the bush. Looking maybe for just a pick off that they can follow up with like a Solar Beam. And just one-shot the first target that walks into them.
Wow, I mean, really unfortunate there for GT. That Serena might have put this whole match in jeopardy for them here. They now have a buff on the side of Exodia, some more experience, and that Serena, like you said, is still farming their Unite move right now. Exodia in good position right here, pushing them back, huge block, trying to grab this Mew. Here comes Relentless right here, trying to take it down, but we do get Mew's Unite move for it. Here comes Serena jumping in here, massive amount of damage. It's getting thrown up into the sky. The Bliss assistance on it, trying to keep them alive. It looks like they are still in this fight. There's the Serena Unite move. It's back. It takes down the Zoroark as they continue pushing, stomping on them. This Serena is not done getting pushed back by this Snorlax right here as two members are down here. Hash behind them on that Dodrio, taking down Glaceon and Mew right here. 2 down on the side of GT, only 1 down on the side of Exodia as they chase this out. Blissey down now. Things are looking great for Exodia here in this fight.
When Hash somehow being able to pick off Glaceon, and I think about another Pokemon as well, and making this teamfight win for it. Hash is just probably the current MVP of Exodia so far in this game. Can they also secure Rayquaza? They can secure Rayquaza. It goes over to Eldegoss. This Eldegoss is picked. Jokes aside, Sobrina goes out onto the Eldegoss. Is also just very mad about it. They're going to start scoring. Now Exodia is running towards the left side, and Rentus is going to let Snorlax score right here. He's going to walk towards their main base, and yeah, Hash, he is just taking over these games. Last game on the Scyther, this game on the Dodrio, on those 2 Speedstars, and he is showing off that he is a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, I mean, what that fight, you know, we watched that ending fight, and it was a great fight from Exodia. Like we said, we had Hash, the Dodrio, make their way into the back line there of GT. They picked up Glaceon and Mew. Those were 2 huge KOs for them. But really, that fight happened well before that moment when we saw Zarina throw their Unite move and take a big KO at, what, 250 there. So really not good for GT, and I think that's the reason they lost this one.
He's just so aggressive. He's just playing with them. You can see he's having fun. He's having fun on these Speedstars. And 5 seconds are left. Obviously, Exodia is going to win this match. They have enough points. Rentus Rock is toward the enemy base. Maybe score some more points and almost actually get some more points in. GTO is taking their main goal. And we have a third match coming up. Exodia tying the score 1-1 on the back of Dodrio, having an incredible team fight in the end. He was able to just get Glaceon. Was able to get Glaceon, and that is the most important Pokemon side of GT. That is their ranged carry. Of course, they all have a Mew still, but Glaceon is the entire damage late game, and he was able to pick it off.
Yeah, great match there from both teams. Exodia looking a lot better than they did there in game number 1.
For Exodia and a Mew ban for the side of GT, has Exodia even played Mew? I'm not even sure if they even have played Mew.
No.
I don't think so either, so, but maybe. I mean, I don't know this team all too much. There's the Trenator, maybe first picked. It could be the first pick Trenator, yeah?
It could be a great call for them. But the question is, should they have grabbed her Shifu here? Because they're just throwing your Shifu over to GT. And this Pokemon, I'm not trying to mince words here, Chris. I'm not even trying to chop them lightly. I think that Urshifu is freaking crazy broken. So yeah, giving it over to the other team is wild.
I'm surprised GT doesn't pick up Blissey away. I'm kind of surprised by that. They just first picked the Glaceon very early on. But I guess they know that they don't play Blissey anyways, apparently. They just go for anything else, so I guess they're not worried about not getting Blissey.
Yeah, they'll get it.
Because Exodia just doesn't want to play it.
They don't care. They want the LD. They love LD on the side of Exodia.
They really do.
I gotta say, with Exodia's picks, with them being sort of one of the teams that you might not expect to be in this position right now, I'm such a big fan of whatever they do. I'm so on board for their Eldegoss play. So freaking on board. I know it's the right call. Exodia all the way. Let's do this thing.
And now Hash deciding between Dodrio or Scyther, and they're just picking both. So they're both players who can play these very, mechanically important Speedstars. I mean, Dodrio is honestly pretty difficult Pokemon. Let's be honest, Scyther just rolling across your keyboard or your controller or your touchscreen. Let's be honest, you just press your buttons and everything dies. It doesn't really take too much anyways. You just auto-aim, go in, press your wing beat button on cooldown and get resets. But Dodrio actually takes some good amount of skill. Those boosted auto takes, getting used to how you have to aim his abilities for sure takes a good amount to practice. GT now picking up a Blastoise.
Yeah, coming back into this series. Again, that's something I don't think we saw at all in EU, but we're seeing a little Blastoise here in NA and a lot of Eldegoss on the side of Exodia.
The question is, does GT have enough damage to get this Tyranitar? They now have the double front line. They have no Shifu. Shifu obviously does a lot of damage, but at the same time also not. Like, it's very just a lot of burst damage very fast, and then it really doesn't do any damage for a lot of seconds. So it's pretty much on the base of the Glaceon, but Blastoise, he's probably going to go for Rapid Spin build. As we saw, Rapid Spin Water Spout, he had Energy Amp and Special Specs. And honestly, it does a lot of damage. I checked, I think it's actually the highest win rate defender build, because it just does so much damage. It's very underestimated.
Yeah, it really is. And here we go, heading into this bottom path right here. 3 Pokemon bottom, and now they are going to solo top a Tyranitar.
No.
This is how they like to play this thing. And I mean, I guess their thought is, look, this Pokemon's no good for a long time, so we're just gonna let it be no good all by itself. We're gonna try to win somewhere else.
But he's gonna be up against 3 Pokemon on top any second. Glaceon and Chansey already moving top, so they're just gonna try to KO Mana the Gold most likely, bully him out of these last hits. But maybe he already secured those bunnies at least. I'm not sure if he did, because there's 3 people pushing for him now. I want to see how that goes. And pure Levitar at the top, but he's not gonna have a fun time.
Yeah, that's going to be, I mean, dealing with an Icy Wind Glaceon up here, it's going to be no fun. He's looking for a secure. Go home, buddy. There's nothing you can do right here, all right? You're not invited to this party. You just need to hang out for a while. Honestly, put an experience share on him at this point.
Probably.
He's not getting any farm.
Oh, he's not getting any farm. And I wonder what Exodia's strat is. I mean, they just, again, they know he doesn't do too much early game. But still, if he has just an XP share support next to him that can help him secure with already a lot more experience, right? But they just want to win the spot lane again. For Relentless, getting him Jodio fast, and they're just forming bot lane now, looking for this KO. But we already have Big Blow, and it's gonna kill the Ataria, and Dodu's also dropping super low. There's the first KO of the game for the Yoshifu, but he also gets dropped, and Hatch is gonna secure this KO again, which is gonna give him a lot of experience.
Yeah, I mean, I guess when I'm looking at the plays here from Exodia, what this feels like is almost like an attack weight stretch. Oh, stealing that away. Nice job there from Hash. Rex actually moving through, just kind of soaking up a lot of damage right here, but also giving them some great vision on what's happening with their buffs or what other Pokemon are coming in right here. Possibly trying to seal away this red buff. This feels like, Chris, the attack weight strategy from Exodia. They're just trying to push their advantage as much as they can somewhere, and they're going to give up a lot for it. It's almost like they're diving for stacks as a team.
Yeah, right. Well, this Lavatar, I'm really not sure what their plan is with this right now. Just leaving a top lane still alone. They just really, really focus around this bottom path right now. Oh, Hash is jumping in a 1v4 scenario. Did he try to do too much? But has the double hit and the dual wing beat reactivation to get back out. And he's so aggressive on the scythe as well, just looking for everything. He obviously wants to be level 9. And he might not get level 9 though, because you have Pupitar now also taking some of the jungle. So this game, it might be more difficult for this first Reggie fight for him to actually have that impact that he had in the first 2 games.
This looks like the level all my Tyranitars are at this point. This seems about right. Let's go. We actually might have a Blastoise before that Tyranitar. They left multiple members of Exodia bottom so that they could continue farming and they could get their stacks, and we're going to see if it was worthwhile as we get a nice pick off in this central area. Relentless being relentless and taking that KO, and there's not really a lot they can do from the side of GT right here. As a big Wicked Blow comes in, but they're not even able to chase it down. Dodrio unpunished, able to run away.
And he's still going to take the rip off the base where he doesn't care. And yeah, we should still not underestimate the Tri-Tech early game of Dodrio. You know, the Pokemon has gotten nerfed a tiny bit, but man, Tri-Tech early game with the boosted auto tech does so much damage, especially combined with like a Razor Claw. You know, the fight's gonna happen right now. Big Blow's being charged up. Hash is not level 9 yet, but he's gonna be able to get away from the Big Blow for now. Rex is very, very deep. He's in a 1v4. Has the Guide. Snorlax might dart right here, but he has the block and the X speed. Can Dodrio take him down? He's trying, but no, the boost auto tech is cancelled by the block stun. Snorlax does end up falling. Hash is here now. Can he find the KO on the Shifu that would give him level 9? He doesn't even need to, but he doesn't really connect any more KOs, but they're at least zoned out. And Exodia can go for this Regice now, which walked a lot out, so it's gonna reset.
And while this is all happening, Tyranitar is finally able to farm a little bit in this top path, even though they do have that Blastoise there. Picking up a KO. Wicked Blow actually does connect there on Relentless. Here comes the Unite move. We've got the level 9 pushing forward right now. This is going to be an easy secure for Exodia if they want it. They just need to turn around and try to take it. Wicked Blow being charged up just to get some damage mitigation as Kratos is coming in here. He wants to secure. He's pretty close to it. They've stopped hitting it on the side of Exodia. He does go down. Nice double KO. And there's the Reg Ice. Exodia wins this fight, and they're kind of winning all over the map except for one Pokemon that still needs to evolve.
Yeah, we don't have the turn tie yet, but that looked like insane desperation by GT. Do they think they're this far behind that they need to risk it so much? I mean, they gave out 2 more KOs right here. Relentless is just being so annoying right here. Tries to fully through the block, but Unstoppable Ferg Star actually do not work against block of Snorlax. You don't get stunned at least, but you can't make it through. It's pretty much a wall, like a terrain, that you can't make it through. Brent is now going towards top, maybe trying to score. This is still at 80 points since we had Pupitar up here. Still only level 8. And maybe he's going to start playing the game soon as well. But I don't think he's too... I mean, he doesn't care, right? His team is winning. Very hard on bottom path. And he's almost there.
That Pokemon too, I mean, we know when it's good, and they're just saying, yeah, we're gonna get rid of the entire early game with it because it's bad there anyways. Who cares? And that's what they're looking for. Double Unite move onto the site, but it's able to run away. Now that's insane. It got away from 2. Come on, what
He really
happened
wanted
with the
that
Wicked
KO.
Blow
Oh my
Unite
God.
there? What was that?
I think
Did
he
it
was
full heal it?
Yeah, he probably full healed, right? I'm pretty sure it was full heal.
Wow.
Full heal into like a double hit and he gains so much distance instantly. I mean, you can't. That's why Urshifu is still countered by full heals. Even those Pokemon's obviously very, very OP if you have full heal against it. That's why I always kind of like cry a bit when I see damage dealers not play full heal into Urshifu Unite. Especially when I don't have a Blissey.
I cry a lot about it. I cry more than you do about it.
And it happens in a lot of games, even in pro tournaments. So it's not a good sight. Relentless again being so aggressive right here, being annoying. But if he goes down right here, it's not going to be a lot of experience. He turns around with the Tri-Tech boosted attack. Glacian is looking for this KO, but looks like Relentless is going to make it way out. He's just being so annoying. Again, Dojo is such a hard to catch Pokemon.
Yeah, and it forces everyone on GT to go, all right, we all have to go into the jungle. We all have to be here in this central area and make sure that all this experience is taken care of because we never know where that bird is. As Exodia and GT getting set up for this fight here in the bottom path. Nice block right here, but, you know, it's into a Slowbro, a hard Pokemon to take down regardless, and they're actually using a lot to get rid of him right now. So he does go down. Big Bliss Assist is landing on to the Urshifu. Massive Blastoise Unite move here. Scyther coming in to try to take something down, but the shields are huge on the side of GT right here. One member of Exodia does go down. No one on GT yet. The Tyranitar is here. It is level 10. It's finally ready to fight as this Regice easily secured by a big Wicked Blow, securing the KO on the T-Tar as well as they're pushing up to this goal, Chris.
Yeah, Tyranitar tried, but he just arrives and dies instantly thanks to Regice being taken. There's a Slowbro Unite going on to Urshifu, and they're going to find some KOs right here. Do they have any Unite moves yet? Doesn't look like it. Ash is looking for Blastoise, going to double hit in again. One way do a Wing Beat, but they can't really keep on chasing. At least they get one KO onto the level 11 Urshifu for some experience. Using that Slowbro Unite one more time. I think it should be up for Rayquaza. He's just going to farm maybe a few Baltoys away, and he's going to have his Unite move back up. But yeah, good team fight by GT at least. They pick up the Regice too. So, and they also KO Tyranitar. Tyranitar with the first show in this game, and instantly goes down.
That T-Tar needs some EXP. I mean, it really does. But yeah, great fight there from GT as we see Relentless staying inside that central area. Looks like Tyranids are coming out here. We got the shields on it from the Eldegoss. The question is, do they want this fight? We have no Unite moves on the side of Exodia. We've got a couple on the side of GT. We're getting really close to Rayquaza. It's not quite the Rayquaza fight, but it's getting there. The longer this takes, we're at 230 right now. Bora's in a lot of trouble. Tyranitar just getting pushed away. Sorry, buddy. I don't know. I don't think your team can help you out here. You're going down. I think they got its focus band as well. I believe it was up, and it looked like that got taken down. So nice catch there for GT. They're fighting over this Regieleki a little bit. It's deciding to leash right here. Big double KO, though, coming in from the Scyther. Is this turning into our Rayquaza fight right now? If Urshifu goes down, they're in so much trouble on the side of GT. That's Regieleki, and they're running towards this pit.
And Urshifu also wasted Unite move. He couldn't find a KO again, fully on Scyther, and he just doesn't respect it. They can score 100 points now on this top with Regieleki, and they're in full control of Rayquaza. They still have Unite moves up. Again, Urshifu doesn't have it. It's 4-4 Unites, and Slowbro also should have it up soon again, I'm pretty sure, right? I don't think he used it up top. I think it was just not up yet. Slowbro, Snorlax is jumping in, and Snorlax again looking for this block, but he's quite slowed down. Pretty hard. Can't find the Slowbro this time, and yeah, Slowbro Unite is up, so Unite advantage also for Exodia. And experience advantage, that's level 14. Level 14 Scyther, level 13 Dodrio, highest in the game, and they still have that Tyranitar as well, at least on level 12, so he's also still going to be a huge issue. And Relentless is just up top start. He's just trying to score maybe Urshifu's there, and Urshifu's not going to do anything right now without his Unite move up.
Yeah, we are at minute 20 right now. Exodia way up right here is getting chased away from this goal by Urshifu, but you can't stop him really. Dodrio able to get out of there with the agility, with the boosted attacks, the incredible amount of speed. We see them pushing once again this Slowbro, but it's just the hardest Pokemon ever to KO. Tyranitar moving in here. We got a minute left, and GT needs to make the play. They are behind. Urshifu does have its Unite move, though, as Scyther is slashing up a little bit right here, and I think the fight is starting, Chris.
Oh, Scyther has to be very careful. Actually, probably has to recall right here. And Dodrio just is like, okay, I'm just going to go score, guys. You try to hood Exodia. Slowbro is just using Unite move to live maybe on the Blissey into another Sky to just heal back up into Amnesia. And he's going to stay alive, and GT just going for the Rayquaza and Slowbro under half HP. Tyranitar level 13. He's looking for the Dark Pulse. Can he just finish off the Snorlax maybe? He has true damage. He can go through the shield. Exodia is dropping the Rayquaza super low. They're going to find Scyther. Can they find some more KOs? They're going to get it and go out to GT. And they still have 5 members alive. Exodia has to try to get rid of these shields, but 2 of them are dead, and that's the 2 damage dealers. Tyranitar can maybe still defend some goals, but it's not looking good for Exodia.
Not looking great for Exodia right here. 382, 209 as we're seeing another 72. And here's a big 100. 382 to 381.
Wait.
They need to score. They have
No.
to. Oh my gosh, it's 1 point difference. Urshifu running towards that middle goal. Does it have a shield right now? It does. They can't stop it in time. It's getting there. Can it score in 3 seconds? It does score.
Oh my
GT
God.
takes this game. They were down by 1 point.
What? Oh, they didn't know that Urshifu was still around. That is so sad. Of course, they also probably didn't know they were ahead by 1 point anyways. But man, what an incredible finish. Urshifu just walks into the base and they win by 99 points.
Wow.
What a finish.
What a finish. And you look at that scoreboard afterwards from Exodia and you're kicking yourselves. I mean,
yeah.
It's hard. It would have been hard to stop that Pokemon. There really isn't much they could do there, right? But just seeing that you were ahead after all of that, and then Urshifu sneaks in another 100. Unbelievable. What a match. I mean, this is such an incredible series between these two teams. This has been fantastic.
Yeah, and Exodia really giving GT a run for their money. I mean, again, Exodia was the second seed. They also beat GT in the losers final in the qualifier. And Trent actually still doing a good amount of damage, even though he was left on an island for the most of the game. And yeah, man, what a close last team fight. I feel like Scyther just lost too much HP right there, which just allowed Rayquaza to slowly go down.